blessedness, bro. Let's get it going. Let's get ready for the show. Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? Rise and shine. It's your morning motivation time. Your host with the most is Marky Saint, and this is Vanta, Finland, baby. We are out and about, and it feels so good to hit after a fucking full-on shower and a full-on rest to come out and hit some sunshine upside the head. I feel great. I got my new shirt, my Vegas Vice shirt, representing the first one made, actually second one made, because we got Kimmy out in Vegas representing the black shirt with this design. I did the white shirt with this design, and now we're right on time to catch ourselves a Finland train, baby. Look at that shine. There's a whole separate energy. Hold on, I got burps. Bong burps. Wait for it. Yes, blessed, dude. That sunshine feels so good. It's a perfect 22 degrees out right now, and I got my sunscreen on, my new shirt on, and my new mindset on. And that all happened as soon as I wanted to have some self-discipline. As soon as I wanted to put myself in the driver's seat, I got to be free from my own mental slavery and stop treating myself bad and start treating myself good by dieting and adding a regular workout regime to my life. And it's made me feel so much better inside. And I mean, inside my mind. It's one of those things that we as people, we tend to do things so repetitive, even if it's to the detriment of ourselves. We'll go and we'll do things. Let me put this forward so you can see my view. And we'll go and we'll do things in spite of ourselves. I think this thing's so fucking cool. Check it out. Check it out. I think this thing's so fucking cool. But the evolution of man to be able to turn himself into beast. You know, beast mode is not easily attained. It's one of those things that when you're in your own mind and you're in your own life, you tend to be in your phone, you tend to be inside instead of getting outside and getting the real energy. We capture ourselves and we become our own enemy. And that's something that I really wanted to spit because I've found myself more free. I got my mom texting me going, you should have some digestive aid to get your stomach down. And I said, Mom, all I had to do was quit sugars. And look whose stomach's already loose. Look whose stomach's already gone down because I decided to actually take control of my diet instead of being controlled by my diet. And that's one of those things that all of us end up doing, but we don't ever concentrate on. We don't ever see ourselves actually in control of ourselves. We see our lives in control by someone else. Aw, so cute. So cute. Yeah. Yes, of course. And to be in a cute life, to be in a better life. And these guys are smashing these windows here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just pretty clear. To be in our own minds, in our own worlds, and not let our minds take control of us, but us to control the world that we live in is phenomenal. It's something that only happens in prison, or only happens when someone has discipline, or on some samurai shit where you go into your own mind and create your own world versus the world creating the world inside of your mind. And all of us have a mindset. You know, we all have this world that we live in that we only we can see. And we end up being captured by these things. And I wanted everybody to feel free and have some kind of sense of them telling themselves what's going to happen with their lives. You know, about 10, 12 years ago, I said I wanted to have an international business. And today I get to pinch myself because my designs are all over the world. I got a Somalian model wanting to model for me. I never thought I'd even meet a Somalian person before. And because of Finland taking on so many Somalians, your boy Saint, they must have had a 50,000 population increase. I'm going to walk this whole thing. It looks so dope. A 50,000 people when Somalia was struggling. This girl got raised in Finland when she was only 5 years old. So it's one of those things where I was like, wow, I came all the way to Finland to meet a Somalian who was absolutely gorgeous, who just wanted to play with us and play some Frisbee yesterday, came out of the woodwork, and next thing you know, boom, she's hanging out with us. We're all talking and walking, making it happen. I should have grabbed my Frisbee, but I didn't. And then just focusing on expanding things, that my friends are all wearing my shirt designs, and that they like give me glory and they give me praise, and they say how much that they love my design, and how much they want a shirt. And it's more than just making income, it's making an impact, bro. Like, literally, what's this muscular bearded dude doing in the park ironing? It looks weird. Who's the weirdo weirdy beardy over there making moves, making his own t-shirts in the middle of the park? You know what I mean? Like, that's some shit that people never anticipate, and to break their bubble and to break them out of what they were already thinking. Now you're seeing my version of anarchy. Oh, there's a beautiful butterfly. My version of anarchy has to do with me breaking free of mental slavery, like transportation, these unspoken rules. And I'm the one that's out here doing the thing that I want to do. I'm doing the things that bust me free of my mental slavery and get me to stop thinking the way that I've been thinking, and get my mind open to come up with solutions. And that's what I love about my friend. My friend said, well, it just so happens that I'm a problem solver, so why not have this conversation with them and talk about solving problems and coming up with solutions on places I can plug in my iron. We were even thinking about making a fire so that we can plug in the iron and actually make the shirts live at the park. So it's one of those things that only I can do for myself, is break free of things that I'm scared of. Let me turn this around. That I fear. And if I'm fearing talking to beautiful women, then I won't get any reliable models. And then I won't have my shirts on beautiful women like Megan from Ireland and this other girl, Ray from Somalia, and just this worldwide event. That if I don't speak to people, if I don't break free from my mental slavery, if I don't feel self-conscious, then all of a sudden my whole world opens up. Now all of a sudden I'm conversating with people and I'm talking to them, and they're telling me their stories, and they're from all over the world. And she's a doctor and got a doctorate degree and a nursing degree, and she grew up in Finland, but then she what's the other thing she was telling me? But she also went to university in London. And you're just like, people have so many stories, and you can only be closed-minded when you say some shit like, where are you from? It's, where have you been lately? You know what I mean? It's not where you're from, because you can go anywhere in the world. You can buy a ticket just like me and be anywhere that you want to be. But are you going to be the same person? We can give you a buttload of money, but it won't give you self-confidence. We can give you loads of cars, but it's not going to make you fearless. And that's something that most people, they say they want to be fearless, but it takes time to get yourself outside. It takes that kind of motivation for you to be able to say, I'm breaking up the monotony. I don't want to be doing this anymore. I want what I want. And what I said, what I wanted when I made that promise on the Thailand beach, was I said, I have a dream. Let me say it again. I have a dream, and this dream is a vision that I saw many a times, where it's like, these shirts are cool, or I have a vision for fashion, or I wanted to make my own fashion myself, and to see like, oh, I got all these little small logos. Why don't I make it like a little hat? It would look cool with all the, let me put one big one. No, okay, let me put a bunch of small ones. Let me put a really big one on top, and just my mind gets to be creative. My mind gets to be free. I've already created these designs. Now it's up to me to keep putting the energy and the heat to the design, so that way people get included. Now they're choosing their shirts. Now they're choosing their shirt colors. Now they're choosing their shirt size. And I've already did the hard work and made the designs. I've already put them on the direct to film transfers. I've already did everything it takes, but there's more. And now I got to come up with a way to get my shirts in front of the public and make them live and show off my designs. So it was one of those things where I wanted to catch 22, where I wanted to be outside. I wanted to be in the sunshine. I wanted to hang out with my friends. I wanted to smoke weed, and I wanted to make shirts all at the same time. And the only way that was going to arrive is by me creating a way for it to happen. Now, if I sat around and waited for a heat press, I'll never get it done. Asked my friend about borrowing someone else's heat press, and he just went on a diatribe about how he doesn't talk to his boss anymore, and him don't get along, and some other bullshit that was going on. That's not a solution. That's not getting to the end result that I'm trying to get to. And that's me being free of mental slavery. That's me going out there and playing frisbee and being in the park and throwing it next to people. And then those people interacting with me turned into being my next Somalian model. So like, I already got modeling scheduled. I already got plans to be making the shirts live in the park. I already got my shirts internationally. I literally just saw my friend. I saw a design. It was all crumpled on the ground, and it looked so so familiar to me. It was my Weed for Vegas design, and it was my homie, and he said, last time you came in 2016, you brought one for me. He still has my shirt, his shirt now, but I mean, he still has the shirt that I made him. The dream has come true. I kept consistent on it, and I said it out loud, and I affirmed it to myself, and I said, yes, I want to fucking do this, bro. I want to fucking do the damn thing when I'm there, not just be there and just sit on someone's couch and smoke weed, but also go outside and work out and take pictures of models and film and make an event of it. Like, have you made an event out of your life? Have you ever gone to an event, or you just went as an event as a participant, and or no, as a spectator, and just wanted to watch? So now you spent the same amount of money I would have spent. You spent on a ticket. I spent on a vendor booth fee, and now we're both at the same event. But now I have a seat with me, and I got an area where me and my friends can hang out, and I'm in the mix, and I'm actually making money instead of just spending money. So you can go as a spectator, but you're going to pay $10 pizza prices, $10 beer prices. You're going to purchase the shirt, 20 bucks from me, and I'll be in the same event, listening to the same music, but now I'm free to not only make money, but to hang out with my friends and to spread my ideas around the world. And that was something that I didn't know what I was going to call it when it happened. I didn't have a name for this event. I just had an idea. And now I got Saints brand, and now I got Mostly Saints, and now I got Saints Addiction, and I got LVOG, and I got all these brands for me to spread my little seed around the world. So something that was a concept to me now fits on somebody. Like literally their body, their way of life, the things that they're into. Some of these dudes only talk about chicks, and then I give them a butts on shirts, and it's like, yes, that's been waiting for me. I've been waiting for butts on shirts my whole life. And it was like, see, I told you. And then one of the things that I made and I thought was cool, someone else thought was cool, and now they purchased it just like me. So it's one of those things that I'm just grateful for me to be able to go places and get out into the sunshine and make the ideas mine and make my life work for me instead of working for somebody else, and then they're telling me what time to get up. Today's Monday, and I'm just now getting around to it. Nobody's going to tell me what to do and when to do it. It's going to be one of those things where I do what I want to do when I want to do it, and that's a fucking blessing, bro. So for all those that are living their life stressing or don't know what they're going to do with their lives, your boy Saint turned up and churned out, and that's what I'm grateful for, because now I get to get into the world that I want to see. I get to go to Finland and hang out with my peeps, and then we get to go make some shirts, and we get to go around smoking weed, and we get to go do whatever the fuck we want, whenever the fuck we want, and that's the blessing of life. So I just want to really reflect on something that I shot out into the darkness and didn't have a name for it 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, is now crinkled up on the floor at my friend's house, and he's like, oh yeah, that's the shirt you gave me, and I can recognize my work because I made it. And you actually put some hours into something. You put like 5 hours into a design, you look down and it's mine. I'm like, yeah, I know that design intimately because I worked on it. It'd be the same if you worked on a building and you'd be like, oh yeah, I remember when we made that wall, or oh yeah, I remember when we painted that, or we installed electricity. All of us have this place that we can be, and we are, but we haven't decided to break free to get to those places. Everyone has like a background dream or something in their head where they're like, you know what, this would be awesome if I could just do this. And I did that thought. I literally just went, I'm so happy right now. What would make me happy? And I was like, traveling makes me happy. Okay, well, I need a business, and I've always wanted a business. It's something that was in the back of my mind, and I told myself, you know, as long as I have a business, I'll have enough money to make it at life, and I would have income instead of just outcome. And as long as I had $3,000 a month, I could travel anywhere I want to in the world, and that's a blessing to be able to get yourself outside of the house and start engaging your dreams. Like, it wasn't always dreams. I was living out of my car. I've been homeless. I've had a couch surf. You know, it's not always been magnanimous, and I just floated on top of the water. But the 5 hours of work and the getting out of my comfort zone and the stick-to-itiveness of staying on the thing. Now I can just say, yeah, this is the design, and I can explain it to somebody. And it was done 10 years ago, 12 years ago, but now it's something that they wear, or it becomes something that they love, or it becomes a tattoo even. So it's one of those things that's like, you don't know what your work's going to turn out to be. You don't know what that mental stability is going to do for you in the long run. And a lot of people, they just kind of let that shit skip, and then they just stay in their own way, and then you get in your own way. You're in your own way. You can't get out of your own way, and then you can't get into the way that you want to be because you're stuck on the way that you want it to stay. And that's a big thing. So it's the way places that you want it to be and the places that you want to stay. And you got to really identify that pretty quickly because it happens so fast. You let days go by, weeks go by, time go by, and then all of a sudden, your whole life has gone by and you didn't get a chance to live the dream that you created in your own mind. Like, everyone has a secret vision that they're a little bit afraid to attain. They're a little bit afraid to buy that one car that they've always wanted, or to make that business that they always thought about, or that invention that they have dancing in their head. They're scared, and when you get scared, you cut off all the opportunity that you could have had if you actually put some work into it. So now that I have the opportunity to wear my Vegas Vice shirt, now I'm advertising wherever I fucking go. Wherever I go, my friends are wearing their shirts too, and it's known that shirts are being made. Now they have to tell the story too. So it's like, I'm telling my own story. I'm creating it as the days go by, and I could let the days go by and, no lie, just sit there, be on the computer, be on the phone, just smoke all day and not do anything. Or I can engage myself, force myself out of my comfort zone, force myself to talk to beautiful women, so I have reliable models, so I have them wearing the shirt, and now I have a walking beautiful advertisement. Basically, I created my own beautiful advertisement. So I got Megan, the fucking gorgeous girl from Ireland, and then this beautiful Somalian girl. Now I have it in 2 different countries just by opening my mouth, and also by doing the work, and also putting in the work so that the design was created, so that way I can make them a shirt when I get there, and then we're hanging out. So it's like, it's already work in the pocket, and I'm just pulling it out of my pocket to make it some income. So you have money in your pocket, but you ain't put no work to turn it into dollars. You would be rare air for someone to say, you're worth money to me, you're worth a skill set to me. So most people, they ain't worth shit to nobody, so they ain't getting paid nothing. It's like, what are you gonna do for me? I guess I could pick up trash. Well, I could get a robot to pick up trash. How about you create me an advertisement that makes me more income? Oh, now you're worth value to me. Now I can pull out a sheet of paper, put your name on it and a number, and get you paid, get you a check. Most people don't want to develop their own check. They want to just stay in check. They want to fucking keep their shit in check and keep it all the same. And I'm like, nah, man, rearrange it, flip that shit. That's what Saints Addiction's all about. I had to flip my addictions into a mission, and a lot of people ain't trying to do that shit. They're trying to stay the same, and I don't want to stay the same. I want to be able to break free of my comfort zones, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to break free of our comfort zones and get out of Las Vegas Raiders, baby. Get out of the situations. Oh, okay. Get out of the situations that we're in and make it something that, something for the win, something that's not against what I'm already doing, but something that I wanted to do. I want to be outside. I want to make new designs. I want to do all the things and more. I like your shirt, by the way. So you got a City Zone shirts. Okay.
He wants another shirt.
Oh shit! Another order, bro. Just like that, we're making income off of inspiration. Literally, it's what I've been telling people is I stayed inspired. I stayed away from my fear, and like, oh, I got no money to travel. Fuck that, dude. I got a credit card. Now I got money to travel. Oh, well, how am I going to pay down my credit cards? Fuck that. I'm going to get off my ass and sell some shirts. Oh, yeah, well, what if I got to fucking do something else? And I could always talk myself out of doing what needs to be done, or I can talk myself into getting out into the sun. And that's why I said it this morning. You can get up and get out of your mind and start getting into your body and start telling your body what to do, and start moving your way into a new opportunity, a place there where you're being creative instead of destructive, when you're being in your element and in your zone instead of being stuck and all alone. And I know that's what's happening to people. We're all stuck into ourselves, where we're out here doing something where we haven't freed our own mental slavery. We're on like some, oh, as long as I pay my bills, everything's going to be all right. Well, it doesn't work that way, dude. You can pay all the bills you want day and night, but guess what? You're still where you are. Have you got to travel? Have you got to meet new people? Have you got to do any new hobbies? No, because we end up getting stuck in our own fucking minds, and we do it all the fucking time. So it's one of those things that I expanded myself. I literally paid my own what do you call it? My own, Jesus, look at that. My own tuition to travel the world. I paid it forward, and now people are asking for friends, and it's like, did you go and get new friends? Did you pop any bubbles or inspire anybody to go into places that you've never been? I don't think you did. And that's what ends up happening is you get stuck, and you get stuck in a rut. And I'm trying to get people out of their rut and bust a nut and do the things that they're dreaming of, because it's all in front of us. It was like, oh, I want to talk to a bunch of women. Yeah, well, women are all the ways all around, but are you always engaging? And there's a lot of people aren't engaging. Okay, how about being creative? Like, you want to come up with alternative ways to make income. Most people are looking at the reels and they're just coming up with, oh, you can make $10,000 next month, and they come up with some little weird way that has nothing to do with their passion. But you're gonna have to put in a lot of energy and time to get it to work, and that's one of the things that we got to do. We got to get ourselves to work, and it's not like going to work for somebody else and making their dreams a reality or making them rich, but your own self. It's like, what do you have inside yourself where you're like, you know what, if I wasn't a scared little bitch, if I was brave, if I had my heart and my brain and and all the things that we get in the Wizard of Oz, oh, what a Merry Christmas we'd all have. And that's something that we can all do, but we don't do. We're scared to do it, and then we wonder why can't we move forward? It was like, well, something in your mind, something is keeping you from moving your body, something kind of fear, some kind of excuse, something that we keep telling ourselves why we can't do something always seems to happen, and that's what ends up happening. Oh shit, whoops, I like your tattoo. Yeah, so that was on the other things that we do is we end up being in our lives and we get in our minds like this girl. You give her a compliment and her face won't unlock. She refuses to let out a smile. That's one opportunity missed. Oh, you refuse to leave your house because you're so comfortable and all you want to do is Netflix and chill. That's one way of giving yourself an excuse and keeping yourself in a cage. Oh, I ain't got no money, so I won't go nowhere. Keep trapping yourself, bro. Keep telling yourself that same shit. Keep that same energy telling yourself what won't work and what will work, and all of a sudden now you got nothing working for you. And then I guess, why is it not working? Well, because you haven't done anything, bro. You always kept yourself on the fucking sidelines. You always kept yourself on the bench, and that's what ends up happening. We get frozen in our own shit. I'll let you guys talk. And that's what ends up happening, bro. I gotta fucking explain this. This is what hits home, is I see myself giving myself an excuse to eat some fucking sugar. And then I'm like, you're making a commitment to your belly, bro. You're literally saying, I need fake energy to keep myself going, instead of going, how about I get my fat ass up and go for a gym? One of these paths is easiest. I'll tell you what it is. It's the one with sugar. I see you guys. The one with sugar is the easiest way, because then you can just get what you want every single day. You'll just get and do the easy things, and then nothing grows. It's like putting a seed in soil but not giving it any light. You're going to have to come up with an energy source, and that's something that really turned my mind around, was that if I was to give anything any energy, it's something that I want to grow. And what did I wanted to grow? I wanted to grow in different directions. So I wanted to grow away from fear. I wanted to grow. Let me show what I'm looking at. I wanted to grow away from fear. I could feel myself talking to myself, and all of a sudden I would be just captured by fear. I'd be like, ooh, I really want to talk to this girl, but I'm fucking scared. Guess what? Now I'm not talking to anyone, and I end up being a wallflower and nothing happening, and that scares me. You know what I'm saying? So, moi. Yeah. And that's what ends up happening. We get scared and then we don't do shit. We're afraid of the police. We're afraid of our government. We're afraid to leave our houses. And then all of a sudden, now the only thing that you do is buy things while you're in your house. The only thing that ends up happening is that you end up keeping yourself locked inside of the house instead of going out into the sunshine, instead of going out into the light and finding what's right inside you and developing the things that you're afraid of. You could be the girl that's kicking up the Great Wall of Pisa. You could be the girl that's going on an adventure, guy or girl that's going on an adventure. Instead, you're stuck because you're afraid. You're afraid of something. You're afraid that she won't love you if you don't have enough money. You're afraid that if you start the business, you might fail. You're afraid if you go somewhere, you might run out of money. All true if you make it true. On the opposite end, I would argue that if you stay at your job, you could be easily replaced by somebody in a minute's time. They would just snap their fingers. Look at this place. This is a photo print shop. They're putting it on backpacks. Moi. They're putting on backpacks, bags, mugs, photos on shirts, photos on pillows. And your boy Marky Saint owns it all. Thank you. Yep, I own all that and I own that whole shop. But guess what? It wouldn't be anything unless I develop it, unless I put some money behind it and some energy behind it and work during my vacations and force myself to go places, because otherwise I would just stay. Just like everybody else, I would just stay in my mind, stay inside. I would never fucking leave. And all that stuff ends up becoming a situation where you get stuck. And I didn't want people to be stuck anymore. I wanted them to be free. I wanted them to be in the sunshine where they were creating things. I've seen girls create jewelry. I've seen girls create, what do you call those things? Dream weavers. I've seen people create, oh my God, we're back at the same store. How funny is that? I've seen people cut hair. Shit, you don't even have to make a product. You just have to work. If you know how to cut hair, you could live around the world for free. I've seen people teach English. I've seen people sell currencies. I've seen all sorts of things, not just my way, not just the shirt addict way, but all sorts of ways. And that's why I'm trying to encourage people to get out and not stay. If you stay, you're for sure going to get the same results that you've always had. If you get out there and you do something different, now all of a sudden you don't know what your adventure will say. And that's something that I've been encouraging people to do every day, is get out there and create an adventure out of your life. If it's the same, then there's no challenge. And I know there's going to be fear, apprehension, all sorts of things, but the only way to kill regret is action. So you'll be forever happier, promise you, happier if you actually take a shot. Now, I'm not gonna guarantee you, like everybody else that's on this thing going like, oh yeah, dude, you're gonna win and make $10,000 next month. No easy solutions. The win is you are now self-activated. The win is now you can tell yourself when to go on a diet and yourself listens. You can tell yourself when to put in energy and work and yourself listens. You respond instead of staying static. Instead of staying in front of the video games and the TV and the cell phone and whatever Netflix and chill is fucking keeping you down, you now get engaged. Now you get off the phone and you go do that sketch, or you do that coding, or you do that phone call that you're supposed to do. I can't tell you how many things I've been holding myself back from. When I work out, I'm fucking sexy. I'm a sex symbol, bro. Like worldwide sex symbol. The fucking sexiest beard god in the world. T-shirt beard god, my buddy called me. He said, you're the sexiest t-shirt god in the world is what he said. I have the voicemail. So to be the sexiest t-shirt god, I gotta let my sexy back out. And for the longest time, I was hiding it. I was hiding behind my beard. I was hiding behind my belly. And now look at your boy. Steady. Looking steady. It's already gone down, and I can look myself in the eye and keep to my diet, and I can put energy in where I needs to be, and I can be the guy that I said I would be. I would talk to the next hot chick I said I would, and I did it. Now, is it always successful? No, of course not, bro. Not every girl's just ripping off her panties waiting to be my fucking model or do something with me or for me, or that kind of thing. It's always going to be an ebb and flow thing. But it's that the fact that I faced the fear, the fact that I decided to step into the light, the fact that I gave myself a chance has changed everything. And that's what I'm trying to get people to do with Saints Addiction, is to turn the negatives into positives. You got to be able to say, oh yeah, well, I worked so hard to get that drug. Why haven't I worked so hard to get that business, or make that phone call, or talk to that girl? You're scared. And I'm calling you out on your fear, because you could change that fear not into failure, but into a challenge. And then when you've overcome a challenge, most people are like, no, I just want an easy life. Just give me the easy sauce. And then guess what? You never get to make out what you're really made of. And that's what I wanted people to do, is see what they're really made out of. See how they can push themselves into areas that they never thought they could go. Go to places where they never thought they would see, and design things that they never thought would be. And that's your morning motivation with me, Marky Saint, Saints Edition, the Vegas Vice creator, here live in Finland, doing the things that I please without a boss, being my own boss, earning my own income, doing it around the world, meeting all sorts of cool people with all sorts of cool stories, because that's the vision I created. That's the vision and light that I wanted in my life, and to be able to create something from nothing, and to create my own income, and to create my own path, and to make my own vision is worth everything to me. So I hope you got something out of this morning motivation. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe below. Give it to that person that needs that motivated juice, and I own that too. So peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Peace and love. Ciao. Belo. Beijos. I'll see you guys. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. We got to break the algorithm and we got to break free. Peace. Stay in the sunshine.